Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, as you can see from the thumbnail, I am going to be making two nail sets today. This first one is going to be medium square. The second one is also going to be a medium square. The nail tips that I'm using are I think they're just called square from enailcouture, and these are just the perfect medium length, especially once I file them down. They are like the perfect length. I'm starting off by buffing the nails. I already buffed them, and then I'm going ahead and using my base coat gel from byVAL, and this is going to be like an extra layer of strength and also will help adhere the gel polish colors on better. So I'm going ahead and applying one nice even layer, and then I'm going to make sure it is cured in the lamp, and then I'm going to start on the design. And I'm sorry if the lighting might look a little bit off. I can't tell too well right now when I'm editing, but one of my lamps like went out, so I had to get another one. But when I was filming this, the light was kind of going in and out a little bit, so I'm not sure if the lighting's going to be off. I really hope it isn't, but yeah. So now here it is done. They are nice and ready. So this is the color I'm using. This is called Nude Pink from this brand called Alyssa or Alyssa. I'm not really sure, but I did get it on Amazon, and I'm going to be putting this one in my Amazon storefront in case you guys aren't interested. And then I'm going ahead and I'm going to do one coat of this. It is like a perfect neutral nude color. It is not orangey, it is not pink, it is definitely very neutral, which I really like. This is a perfect base for any type of color you want to do. You can add a more pink, sheer pink on top if you want it more pink, or you can add a really sheer type of orangey if you want it more peach. So it's just completely up to you. And yeah, it's a very nice universal color. It looks good on everybody. So I'm just going ahead and doing one coat. And one thing I love about this specific one, I don't know if I've tried any of their other gel polishes. I don't think I have. I think I've only tried this color. One thing I really like is that it's not so sheer to the point where you need like so many coats. Like it is like a perfect in between. So I really like that about this color right here. And yeah, once I'm done with this, I'm going ahead and curing. I do get questions whenever beginners watch my video. If you're a beginner, welcome. But I do get a question that someone will ask me every now and then if I cure in between each layer, and yes, I definitely do. I have to cure in between each layer so that the colors don't mix together and stuff. So as you can see here now, I switched to this byVAL nude gel. This one is a little bit more sheer, but it is amazing. It's one of my go-tos. I think I've already gone through 2 or 3 bottles. It is like, it has quickly become a new favorite. And this one is number B072. I really hate how Amazon, a lot of the time, they don't have numbers on for their gels. They have like names, and I hate that because I don't remember the names. I have to like go back and try to look, and sometimes it won't even tell me the name of the one I ordered, so it really sucks, especially when you order a lot from Amazon like I do. But I think this byVAL one might be called Pink Champagne, I think. I'm not really sure, you guys. Like, I'm like trying to look at my notes, but I think it might be Pink Champagne, but the number is B072. So I'm doing one layer of that on top. As you can see the difference, look at the pinky right now and the ring finger. You can see the side-by-side difference. Adding to this nude color on top just makes it a little bit of a more very slight pink nude. Like, it's not super noticeable at all. Whereas like where it's super pink, you know what I mean? So now I'm grabbing a color that I custom mixed on my little paint palette. It is like, I mixed together a few different colors. So I mixed together like a black, a dark teal, and then a dark emerald green, or like a forest green, I would say. I mixed together these colors because I had to get this exact color, and I don't know if you can tell on camera, like I said, my lighting was a little bit weird, but this color turned out to be like kind of like a murky teal color. I don't even know if that makes sense, but imagine like a super dark murky green with a tiny hint of blue added into it. That is the color that I made. So I'm just going ahead and doing that. And then I'm using this brush from Amazon. This brush is one that I had to cut to make it thinner. And I'm so excited that this is top secret information, but soon I'm not going to have to customize brushes anymore, you guys. And I'm so excited. I'm literally so excited. I'm not gonna have to customize any brushes anymore or buy any other person's brush. I'm just gonna give you guys that little hint. So yeah, I'm going ahead and doing this, and then I am just creating the French tip. And I saw this really cool method from someone on TikTok. I think her TikTok name is Nailsslayedbyval. I'm not really sure, but I think so. And she shows how she does her French tips, and it looks super nice and clean and even every single time. And even I still struggle. You guys might think that I'm like a 100% pro, and although yes, it may look easy sometimes, I do definitely struggle with getting my French tips even sometimes, because sometimes like it's just really hard to make them the same, exactly the same length, same thickness. I hope that makes sense. But like, yeah, it's super hard, especially when you try to eyeball it. And I saw her method and it looks super cool, and like it might really work. So I'm gonna probably try that the next time I do French tips. Hopefully I'll be filming so that I could get that on video for you guys. And yeah, so I'm just doing the French tip on all of the nails. And then now I'm going ahead and finishing up the French tip, and I went ahead and made sure it was all the way cured through. And then I'm going ahead with my Beetles gel top coat. I'm doing a nice even layer of this, and then I'm going to go ahead and just make sure it is also very cured through. I've noticed that if I don't let my top coat cure all the way, it will look cured and it won't feel sticky, but if you go to file the nails at the very end like I do, some of the gel might peel, or it will even like kind of flake off in a weird way. That will happen if your gel is not cured all the way. So make sure you cure it all the way through. Make sure you leave it in there for like 60 seconds twice. And then, yeah, this is the other hand. I'm also going ahead and top coating the other hand. I have realized that I don't want the videos to be so exaggerated and long. I don't know if that is the right word, but I just only show one hand if both hands are exactly the same. I'm only going to show one hand just because I feel like it's the same thing and I don't want it to get super repetitive and boring for you guys. So I'm just going ahead and doing this. And then, yeah. So I just wanted to let you guys know in case you're wondering like where the other hand is at. I just probably did not film that, or like I did film it, but I probably cut it out. So now I'm grabbing my favorite top coat, 5-in-1 top coat, I think it's what it's called. I'm gonna grab it. It's right next to me. It is called the Vetsy. It's from the brand Vetsy, and it's a 5-in-1 top coat. It is no wipe, which is what I like. And this is perfect for creating these 3D lines. And the best part of it being no wipe is that it is already ready to go. It does not have the sticky layer. So I went ahead and grabbed some of this. It's like a little pot, and it's really perfect. I've been using it so much. So I grabbed a little bit of that with my liner brush, and then I'm going ahead and adding a little bit of chrome powder to it. It's this chrome powder that has just a tiny hint of teal, like a teal shift when you move it in the light. It is that kind of chrome, and I just got it in a pack from Amazon, I believe. I got it a while ago, and then I went ahead and added a little bit of a shimmery clear polish just to make it a little tiny bit sparkly. I didn't want it to sparkle too much, so yeah, especially because I did have an inspo photo for this set. And I'm just going ahead right here, and I am creating these really trendy little lines. I don't even know what these are called. Is this called like a seashell design? I doubt it, but I don't know what this design is called, but I've been doing it a lot on a lot of different nails. So here I am doing that. And when you want the lines to be super 3D, like noticeable 3D, you want to make sure that your brush has a really good amount of product on it, and you want to use a brush that's a little bit thicker. So you'll notice that I'm using a thicker one now. I'm not using my thin one that I use for my French. So that is why I moved to this thicker one, so that I can have more product, so that the lines will actually stick out and be 3D instead of being flat. So yeah, and then you don't have to get this like 5-in-1 gel. Like, you don't have to use a specific product. You could literally use rhinestone gel, like a UV rhinestone gel, UV LED rhinestone gel. You could use that. You could use any type of clear gel that's super thick for this type of design. And it just helps that this one is no wipe. That's why I really like it. And I think it was really affordable too. I'm honestly not sure, but you could probably find a really good priced one on either Shein or AliExpress. You don't have to get like a fancy one that's expensive, because these are all the same thing. Like, they probably all do the same thing. So yeah, here I am just doing that, and on every single nail. And now that set is done, and so I'm going to set it to the side. It was a pretty simple and easy set, especially considering that I did not have to do a lot of work, and that, like I mentioned, that little 5-in-1 top coat is a no wipe, so I didn't have to add another layer of clear on top. And I think the hardest part about that set was just the French, honestly. The French is like what's the hardest out of it. So yeah, very nice and simple design. And now I'm getting started on my next one. This one is a little bit more difficult, so I'm going ahead and I'm going in with this nude color. Not nude, it's like a pinkish nude, and it is from, what is this one called? I totally can't remember right now. I don't know if this one's from the brand Rarism on Amazon, and it's either going to be apricot nude or milky pink. I don't know which one I'm using here. I can't tell, but it's one of those two. And then I'm going ahead and doing one even layer on all of the nails. And as you can see here, I've noticed that when it comes to doing the nude part on the base of the nails, I now hold my nails facing down with the tips of the nails facing towards my desk, because I noticed that when I was holding it the other way, some of the gel would, obviously, you know, like gravity, but the gel would like float towards the cuticle area, and sometimes I would get like a bumpy cuticle area, and I really want the cuticle area to be more smooth. So I'm trying to focus more and more now on making sure that I am holding the nails facing this way. It just really does make all the difference. But of course, this can also make the tip of the nail bulk up a little bit, so I kind of have to maneuver the polish a little bit more. This only happens when I'm using like a good amount of polish that can actually drip down. But if it's like an even layer that's pretty thin, this will not happen. So here I am just adding a second coat. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. And then something else I wanted to say is that I get these nail stands on Amazon as well. I actually, it's like crazy because I feel like I don't see a lot of press-on artists using these stands. Like, I don't know why I feel like I'm like the only one that uses these. I feel like everybody uses the little magnetic ones, and I feel like, I don't know, I just never liked the magnetic ones. I don't know if I just never used a good one, but the little magnets always come off so easily. Like, I'm in the middle of making a set or filing the nails, and the nails like pop off the little magnet, it was super hard for me to work with personally. So I like using these because they're very sturdy. The nails are stuck on there and I don't have any trouble with the nails moving around. And that's why I like these plastic ones. And then another thing, I use the Gorilla Glue putty. That one is the best putty I have ever used. I tried so many different brands on Amazon and that one is just the best. I hated the blue kind, the blue putty, because it would leave like a blue stain on the back of the nails and I would have to wipe it off with acetone. But this Gorilla Glue putty is like a white beige color, so that does not happen, and it is super, super strong. It's really, really good. So yeah, I wanted to say that as well. Now I'm going ahead and grabbing a baby blue color. This color is called Aqua Blue from Nail Reserve. It is like a beautiful, beautiful blue color, but I did add a teeny tiny little bit of a really bright neon green. I think it's just like a random neon green liner gel that I have from a random brand, but I added like a tiny bit of that in there, so it is not super, super, super baby blue because I wanted more of a bright blue. I noticed that it's really hard for me to find like bright blue colors. I don't know if it's just like maybe that Nail Reserve doesn't have a lot of them because that's the brand I use, but I do really want to find like some bright blue and a really, really bright yellow. Like, I don't know how to say, I don't know what I mean by bright. I guess saturated. Really, really saturated. That's what I want to find. Like colors that are really bright and not so dulled down, because a lot of the colors I use, I feel like they might have like almost like a tiny bit of like a gray color to it, like a gray cast, and I don't want that. Like I want pure pigment mixed with white so that it's super bright. You know what I mean? So yeah, here I am just painting the French, and again, this one is going to have the French on every single nail as well. So here I am finishing up the French, and I did want to mention really quickly, if you guys have a TikTok, to go and follow me on TikTok. I am starting to post some videos on there. What I really like about it is that I can post like any type of music or sound in the background, and I noticed here on Shorts I'm not able to do that. I do not want to get like flagged or something, so I'm just going ahead and kind of asking you guys if you guys have a TikTok to follow me there, because you might see some videos that you will not see here, and they're just like little behind the scenes content, like seeing me package my orders, maybe mini little hauls and things like that. And I do have it in my description box in case you guys were interested, but it is just my same name as here on YouTube. So yeah, now on for this set, I'm going ahead and I'm going to be creating like an ombre French. So for the ombre French, this is kind of a little bit of a more difficult type of design because I have to do the ombre and then I have to wipe it away clean as I go. So I grabbed a bright blue, the brightest blue I had, and I'm going ahead and I'm trying to ombre it. I'm sorry if I was a little bit out of frame. I was literally in my element trying to get it as perfect as I could, but it was a little difficult because the nails are a short length. This is what I consider short, because if this was like a longer length, a long or a extra long length, I would have been able to create the French or the ombre way more seamlessly and way easier, and you would have definitely been able to tell the difference where the light blue ends and where the darker blue starts. But yeah, because these nails are shorter, I couldn't do the French so far down the nail. I had to keep it looking like, you know, good. So now I'm going to be doing these little cherries. So I'm grabbing a green color and I'm doing these little stems. This is just a darker green, and I believe this color is called Rainforest. I don't know if it's Rainforest Queen. from Nail Reserve, but I think it's called something like that. And then I'm going ahead and adding these little leaves, and then after that, once that's cured, I'm going ahead and I am putting on my Macart rhinestone gel, and I'm going to be using little tiny red rhinestones for the cherries. And then also I'm going to be adding other rhinestones on the other nails. So another thing I wanted to mention is when I do my ombre, I always use the makeup wedge sponges, and those work best. That's what I found works best for the ombre. I personally do not like using an airbrush machine. I feel like it's way more work and it makes a really big mess, and it kind of hurts my lungs because you have to mix it with a little bit of, I don't know if it's acetone or alcohol, but I just do not like it. I feel like I can feel, even if I wear a mask, when I'm done, I can feel that my area or my room smells like a gel, like really strong, or like chemicals, and I just do not like it. So I prefer not to use an airbrush machine. That's why I do my ombre with a sponge instead. I just feel like it's way better and honestly kind of faster, because if you need to do a whole bunch of different colors, it's way easier to just switch between makeup wedge sponges rather than having to clean your airbrush out in between every single time so that the colors don't like mix up. I don't know, but that's just my personal opinion. So yeah, that's what I do, and I just layer the colors on, and I do like about 5 to 8 layers of the color until I get the desired color payoff that I want. And yeah, so I wanted to mention that really quickly. I do have a few videos here on YouTube of me doing my ombre more in depth, especially where I'm more in frame. If you guys were interested, I will put that in the description box where I did some really nice ombres. So yeah, here I am now. All the rhinestones are cured all the way through, and I'm going to go ahead and top coat the nails. I am top coating on top of the rhinestones because in my inspo picture it looked like they were top coated over. So I just went ahead and did exactly that. And I'm going ahead and just grabbing the top coat and going all around the nail, making sure I go underneath and clean up all over the sides. And also you want to always make sure that you top coat on top of these little pearls, because these little pearls, the color will come off. Especially if you're a beginner and you didn't know that, in case you're doing a client or a customer or somebody, or you're making nails for a family member, whatever it is, always make sure you color or you top coat on top of the pearls, because the pearl color is just a spray on, which sucks, but yeah. So now I'm just doing that for the other hand as well, and I love this top coat, super nice and glossy. So once the nails are all done and filed and put in their cute little box, this is what they look like. This is the first set, and then on the inside of the lid I put this set. So they turned out absolutely amazing. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!